morning, YouTube, and I'm finally back. Oh my god. The reason why is because when I was living at that old place, after I played Bendy and the Ink Machine, the Wi-Fi got shut off because it's twice as much as normal Wi-Fi, and guess what? It was satellite internet, so it sucked. But now I'm in a new place, my grandma's old house, that is good Wi-Fi. And that's why now I'm gonna post, finally. Probably. Hopefully I don't be lazy. Anyway, so here's a tutorial on how to build naval exhausts, intakes, and some other stuffs. So the first thing we are going to make is an intake or a exhaust, or well, outtake. You can make this out of any material. I'm gonna just make it out of diamond plate so you can see it a little bit better. And then if you have pontoons from the summer pack or whatever it's from, you can do whatever height like that, and then place a front one like that. Actually, that's a terrible one. I'm gonna do default again because it looks ugly as hell. Oh, default. Anyways, after you put two middles or whatever one in height you want, and a front pontoon, have a cylinder and put in half cylinder, and boom. There's your intake, and if you want to make an outtake, sorry, I had to burp. Just use pontoons again and use it like the same. But sometimes when I make outtakes, I like to make it a little bit shorter. Like this sort of. Because it doesn't have to be tall and over some stuff. And once again, put a half cylinder like that. But if you want there to be like a hole in the center, use Emojipedia to do like red circles or black circles depending on what it is to make an imitation of a hole. And in fact, I'm gonna autosave this real quick. And I used it on my SS Atlantic model. As you can see, there's an intake right there with the red dots, which is basically just the hole inside the intake, which is most common on main popular ships like the Lusitania, Britannic, or Titanic. But Titanic was just the color that it was on the outside. And now, if you want to make a vent in this game, you get two block 1 by 0.9. Rotate it enough so then you can see there's this little space on the right side. You see that? Place 2 by 2 by 4. Color it in, and then go to wedges 2, and then do round wedge out. Put it like that, and then rotate it so then it looks like that. And then place half blocks underneath. I prefer you make the these a little bit darker. Oh wait, 250. Oh god damn it. 150 and no, 250. Oh my god. And then 165. And then sometimes I like to make it a little bit more bland. So then like that. Boom. Like that. And the next thing, oh, sorry, Mike. I hit the mic. And the next is gonna be just a normal, like, vent, basically. And here's how you make it. You just do round wedge out. Put it like that. And then if you have a sign like this, and then sign 1 by 2. Oh my god, this glitch! Come on! And then configure it to whatever this is. So then it looks like that. Bobbity boobity. But if you want to be more realistic, go to Emojipedia and do black squares to put it in there, but I'm too lazy, obviously. So next is a well, this video is going to be like accessories on a ship, so here's how to make a funnel without just using a bunch of cylinders like this. I always see this all the time because if you have a funnel like this with like just low cylinder blocks, you can't place a smoke emitter on the top, which would be where all the boiler smoke would be. So what my solution is having a half wedge block. By the way, you can do this on depending scales because right now I'm gonna do on it's the I'm gonna do this one on the type that I'm doing on my newest project, aka the SS Mon. Frick, I forgot the name of it. Which is the Mont Blanc. That's what it's called, the Mont Blanc, and it was a ship that was during the Halifax explosion, or well, not during, but that exploded during the Halifax explosion. So then you just get whatever. I'm gonna just do 4, so then it's easier to build for this tutorial. So basically, you use block, half wedge. No, half wedge and then another half wedge in half blocks like this. Copy it down if you want this size, and then copy it more upwards as tall as you want. I'm gonna just do it as this stubby funnel, and then just keep copying the same block on each side so it's more efficient instead of going on one side and doing that. And yeah, you get it. It's gonna be inefficient. Anyways, oh frick, no, there. And then basically just like that, make it any height you want, and if you want to make a smaller funnel, I'll show you a tutorial after this. And also, if this keeps happening, just replace these with normal blocks. So then you can put in the detail, and then just put blocks there. I prefer ice, so then it doesn't, if your ship is a bit tall, like the Mont Blanc that I'm making right now, put helium blocks in there if it's really tall, and then put smoke emitters on top. And if you want a smaller funnel, this can be any height, then I have a really, really small funnel for you. Just like this. Just this. For just like a little tugboat maybe. See, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do one and then do the other because that's inefficient. But actually, is that inefficient? Anyways. So basically, like that. If you want any size, if you want a bigger one of this, if you want one that's just wedges, like this, but normal size wedges, you can just use a 1x1 wedge, and then a 1x2 wedge, and then just a normal block, and then anyway, so that would be it for today's video. Oh wait, hold up, I forgot one thing. A bridge. If you want to make a curved bridge, here is how you do it. First, have half blocks, half beam if you want, and then half wedge down 1x2, like that, if you want a curved bridge. and then put a wedge 1x4. Actually, no, 1x3. And then you can just make your little bridge wing like this. I'm gonna just do a small example. So basically, if you listen, my editing software expired, so I have to do this instead. Anyways, that's how you make a curved bridge design. But if you want a curved wheelhouse, you kind of do the same thing with that. It's just that you make sure it has a space above it so you can put a roof, or if it's just normal. And if you want to make a cargo hatch, small or big, if you have just a little cargo hatch like this, put darker, here, I'm gonna do this. Put darker edges on the side, so then it has an outline, like you can take it off, which is actually good for the shipping companies, because then how would you get cargo out? And this is also another example of what I did on my Mont Blanc. See, oh, damn it! What the heck? And now, if you want to, if you want a small little, if you want to make a mast, yet you accidentally made your boat, if you make your, if you make your bow like this, then that means that yours is gonna be even, which is not good for builds, because if you have an even bow shape, that means that your ship is gonna be harder to make. To me, mainly, and that's why on my builds I always do it now like that, because if you have this sort of configuration, you have to make masts instead of just a simple wooden cylinder. You would just have to do this instead. So half wedge, as tall as you need it, and then just do it on all sides. And now if you want to make some types of lifeboat davits, if we go over here, if you're making the types that were the ones that were on Lusitania, let me close this so it's less cramped, then you have to build it like this. Obviously this would be hanging on the side rather than like that, but this would be hanging over the side, so this wouldn't matter mainly. And then there would be like that, and wait, why did I delete that? No. I'm frustrated already because I've been building for a while. That's how you build one type of one, and you just stretch this down a lot, like on the Mont Blanc. But if you want a type that was on the Titanic, well, I have one for you too. So basically, grab it like that instead of flat like that. And now you grab this, do the same thing, but like that. And then I like to do this, but you can put a thing like that. That's just that detail. Detail matters in this game, literally. Like if I didn't have that, it would look weird as hell. But if you want to make the ones that were on the Britannic, aka gantry davits, well, you would need a lot more stuff. I'm gonna do metal. So if you're doing the bottom with actual stuff, you would skip that and actually no, I'm gonna just give you an example. So if you have motors like this, then you would have to place your gantry davits like this. So you would have half wedge, half block, and then if you get ladders, just place a bunch of ladders. And then continue doing that on each side, including the inside, but place it at a different angle. By different angle, I mean like, I'll show you. Place it like this instead, one way, on one side, so then, oh damn it. On one side, so it would just seem a little bit more depth. And then place it on this side too. And then for the top, you would get rid of one ladder, place a block. Oh frick, I forgot to paint this. So just so then you can have examples. Listen, YouTube is sometimes hard when you don't want to record. For this, if you want a boat on it, then use a wedge, a half block, or a half or a half wedge, and then use rope on the side with disconnectors on the bottom so you can connect a boat. Anyway, so that was my oh frick. Hold on. I'm trying to get a thumbnail shot. Alrighty. Anyway, so that'll be the end of today's video, so make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification, and thank you for subscribing, because I've hit 2,000 subscribers. So goodbye, and also you're welcome for the tutorial, and goodbye.